let me ask you a question, Cuffy. At any time during the initial stages of your indictment involving this whole Tammy Cowan thing, did you talk to Big Meech or did you send a message to Big Meech in any way to tell him or to alert him of what was going on?
We sent Big Meech certified mail. Big Meech set me up, and Tammy set me up with this thing in 2013.
He's like, I just gotta wait to holler at Tammy before, you know what I'm saying, I know where we at with that. And Tammy is a government informant. So when he said that, I was like, Tammy, what you mean, Tammy? Like, nigga, you ain't heard what's going on with her?
Y'all, you will not believe this tea. Big Meech just got dragged through the mud. 50 Cent dropped some explosive paperwork suggesting Meech was talking to the feds. The internet is losing it. But where did 50 even get this from? Word is some former BMF folks are whispering in his ear trying to make names for themselves. People are throwing major shade, but honey, you haven't heard the real story yet? And Big Meech, he is not having any of this drama.
Well, did Blue Da Vinci cooperate or no?
Yeah, he cooperated. I mean, I didn't see it. It was in Miss Mara Shalhoub's book, where his own lawyer said, yeah, if there was anything else that we could do, Your Honor, to help you along with this case.
I'm telling you, Meech is about to give 50 a front row seat to how a real kingpin handles disrespect. This isn't just petty drama, we're talking legacy here. This is about street legend status. Now 50 Cent loves dropping cash just to expose people, but this time, he might want to pump the brakes because Big Meech isn't just some random guy. We're talking Demetrius Big Meech Flannery, the mastermind behind Black Mafia family. His name makes people tremble coast to coast. Let me take you back to the 1980s.
One night, and then my homeboy that was with me, he was like, Tone Bird, he from BMF too. Tone was like, ask Big Homie what's up with the movie with 50, like what's going on with him from New York. I had to use my New York accent. Yo, what's going on with the 50 Cent movie? So I'm like, oh yo, Meech, what's up with the movie, with the TV show?
Meech and his brother Southwest T jumped into the game hard, flipping $50 bags like nothing. By the early 2000s, they had a nationwide operation moving weight through Michigan, Georgia, Florida, California, Louisiana, and more. That kind of money had the feds watching their every move. So Meech and Terry got creative with BMF Entertainment. On paper, just a legit promotion company. Behind closed doors, where the real money moves happened.
It's believed that Terry White grew up in an Atlanta housing project. But when FBI and GBI agents arrested him last night, he was living here, a sprawling $200,000 mansion in Jonesboro. The 27-year-old was in the process of renovating his home, which features an outdoor swimming pool, a full-length basketball court, and more.
Had a media room where there were 24 TV sets on one wall hooked to a satellite dish. And you could hit a button and all 24 TVs would come on.
But check this twist. BMF Entertainment wasn't just an empty front. They actually had a real artist, Blue Da Vinci. In 2005, he even dropped an album called The World is BMF's. But by October 2003, the feds swooped in and snatched Meech up, trading his luxury lifestyle for a prison jumpsuit. As soon as that happened, fingers started pointing, especially at BLEU. Why? Because out of everybody in that crew, he looked like the weakest link.
My client would be more than willing to cooperate with you all to help you in this investigation. But now the thing of it is by you admitting what was done, you know what I'm saying, what you done or whatever, but bottom line is, you know, you didn't take the single plea, you went in and...
Plus, and let's keep it 100% real, Blue somehow didn't get scooped up with the rest of BMF when the feds came through in 2003. When they got Meech, they slapped those cuffs on him and hauled him straight to jail. But Blue, he wasn't in that lineup. Then by 2004, things got messier. BMF's logistics boss, Dexter Sosa Hussey, started throwing major shade at Blue too, making everyone side-eye him even harder.
He's like, I just gotta wait to holler at Tammy before, you know what I'm saying, I know where we at with that. And Tammy is a government informant. So when he said that, I was like, Tammy, what you mean, Tammy? Like, nigga, you ain't heard what's going on with her?
Sosa wasn't just running his mouth in the streets, he was putting it on record in court. Blue showed up with his lawyer, and that's when things got beyond shady. His own lawyer told the judge, Your Honor, Mr. McKnight, that's Bleu, was one of the people who attempted to work with the government. They debriefed him, but he didn't know anything useful about the other defendants.
Was giving them information on that they already had and thought it was cool, but you know, that was part of that. You just confirmed other shit that the other CIs just done told.
And listen, The lawyer admitted that Blue's debriefing wasn't even new information. That went down months before that court appearance. Then he let it slip that Blue had a safety valve session that same week. What does that mean? Basically, Blow was ready to talk but didn't have anything solid to give up. The feds weren't even checking for his wheat crumbs. That's when people started asking, if Blow didn't have the goods, who gave the feds their inside scoop? This is where things get insane. Fast forward to 2023, during an interview with Cap Capone News, Blue flipped the script and put the real informant on blast. That's when Tammy Cowan's name hit the spotlight. Who's Tammy? She's been tight with Meech since 2008. When Meech got locked up, she stayed down, keeping things moving while he was behind bars. Meech was so convinced she was loyal, he gave her control over his life rights. Yes, in writing. That golden ticket let her turn Meech's legacy into a money machine, and she cashed in. She linked up with 50 Cent and co-produced his hit 2021 show BMF. But here's the mess. According to leaked paperwork, Tammy wasn't just locking in TV deals, she was playing both sides, feeding intel to the feds. The documents list Tammy as CS1, a confidential source working with the DEA's Atlanta division since 2009. She gave up key info that cracked open a money laundering case against Terry White, and when Tammy first started snitching, she wasn't even getting paid. But after helping bag White, the DEA realized her value. Her handler, Agent Harsh, put her in for a cut of White's seized assets, cars, cash, cribs, the works. The wildest part? Tammy wasn't snitching because she was broke, scared, or in trouble. The paperwork shows she had no criminal record, wasn't in the dope game, wasn't begging for a lighter sentence. Even the feds admitted she was one of the strangest informants ever. So why'd she do it? Revenge. Word is Terry White used Tammy to clean his dirty money without her knowing. Once she found out, she flipped. This wasn't about money, it was personal. But why did Tammy keep talking even after White got locked up? That's where it gets juicy. While all this was happening, Big Meech was cooking up his own play from behind bars. Meech crossed paths with cartel heavyweight Fidel Suarez, who ran a trucking operation in Cali. The feds had investigated him twice but couldn't make charges stick. Meech saw an opportunity to tap into Suarez's pipeline and keep product moving, even from his cell. But he needed someone on the outside. Enter Tammy. In September 2011, Meech asked Tammy to help coordinate a shipment with Suarez. Meech made her the middle woman, connecting Suarez with his homie Dion Cuffy Gatling, who ran a crew flooding St. Louis with product from 2009 to 2014. Together, they were setting up a major pipeline, but Tammy was feeding every move back to the feds. Thanks to her reports, law enforcement snatched up Cuffy on March 13, 2014. He got 27 years for drug trafficking and weapons charges. The craziest part? Meech never caught a single charge. How did he dodge an indictment when his hands were all over the deal? When Tammy got pressed in court, she straight up lied to protect Meech. They asked about reports where CS1 said Demetrius Flannery coordinated substance distribution arrangements between Suarez and Gatling. Tammy didn't flinch. She said no. When they pressed again about Meech setting up cocaine deliveries, she shut it down again. She covered for Meech all the way. After that, the feds red flagged her. But it gets messier. Tammy wasn't just involved in the case, she was sleeping with one of the DEA agents investigating it.
Now, during the course of this informant relationship, she becomes involved romantically with the supervisory special agent over the task force.
That's Keith Crumb.
So in and of itself, that's going to jeopardize everything that they got going on with respect to the investigation. So she ends up receiving like $200,000 as an informant, where he's the one who signed it off. So now he's maintaining an improper financial relationship with an informant, whom he's also maintaining an improper relationship.
Yes, honey. She was getting cozy with someone on the inside. That fling compromised the entire case. Tammy was playing a dangerous game, working every angle. By March 2015, everything flipped when Tammy saw a suppression motion filed by Gatling's legal team that could expose her as the confidential source. Tammy panicked, and she had reason to be scared. Gatling had a reputation. Records show he was convicted for ordering a hit on Theus Howard in 2010 for snitching on Gatling's brother. Gatling was also tied to another hit in 2013 on Terrence Morgan, who was about to talk to the feds. If Gatling found out Tammy was the informant, lights out. Terrified, Tammy ran to the feds, begging for protection, but they ignored her. With nowhere to turn, she went to Big Meech himself. After all her loyalty, Meech wasn't ready to help. He hit her with a cold dose of reality. He didn't want his name tangled in any of it. Meech wasn't catching heat from Gatling or having his name in court papers tied to her mess. After that cold meeting, Tammy flipped. She went into cleanup mode, trying to erase Meech's name from the case. She even dragged in the DEA agent she was sleeping with, accusing him of being JEALOUS of her bond with Meech. Tammy threatened to blast an unsworn affidavit to everyone in the case. She claimed Agent Chroma only threw Meech's name in because he was salty about how close she and Meech were. None of it saved her. Once Cuffy got locked up, he figured out who snitched. Game over. Cuffy filed for a Frank's hearing, forcing everyone involved to face him directly. Tammy's web of lies was unraveling fast. Fast forward to 2024, Blue Da Vinci did another interview with Cap Capone, and Cuffy called in from prison. Cuffy said Meech never got charged because he played the system like a PRO, using third-party cooperation while keeping clean. If you kick it with a known snitch, your name gets dirty too, no matter how solid you claim to be. Why is all this old dirt resurfacing? Thank 50 Cent. When 50 talks, the streets pay attention, and he's not done. He's threatening to drop a TEO exposing every move Meech ever pulled, proving he worked with the feds. So is Meech really guilty, or is this just 50's power move? Either way, the streets are locked in, and this story is far from over. Let us know what y'all think. Is Meech really a snitch, or is 50 just stirring the pot? Like, share, and subscribe, cause the next drop, it's going to be even crazier. Catch y'all next time.